So today is all about resetting and refreshing your life. I do have a lot of things on my to-do list today, but first I'll get out my journal and I'll write down all of the things that come to mind about the last 6 months and what I've been doing. And I just like to start with a little brain dump to get everything out of my head that I've been thinking about, just so that I have a blank slate and a fresh start. So let's do that. So I just finished writing down all of my brain dump and also a bit more things in my journal. So I want to take you through what kind of questions that I ask myself and what my process is like. So the first thing is that I like to start reflecting on what the past 6 months were like, what happened and what went well and what didn't, and just kind of think about what I wanted to happen and what actually happened. So for me, I am actually on track with quite a few of my goals, but not all of them yet. So yeah, that's why I like to write it down, so that I'm more aware of what has been happening. Then when you identify that you might have not achieved a goal, I like to ask myself why I didn't achieve it. Like, did I not have a clear enough plan? Was I not prioritizing it? Or maybe I don't even want that goal anymore, so it's not important to me anymore. So that is also why I do this, to look over my goals and figure out if all of them still align with me, or if I want to get rid of some and make space for new ones. An important thing is also to write down the goals that you did actually achieve, because for me at least, when I don't write them down, I sometimes at the end of the year feel like I haven't achieved much. But actually, if you write down your little wins and you figure out what you actually did that you wanted to do, you feel so much more accomplished. And also it might help you with future goals. If you know how you achieve these ones, you might also have a plan on how to achieve other ones. Now, after this whole reflection, I actually want to do a reset part of this video and also of this day or of this routine. I have quite a few things that I want to get done. Like, for example, it wouldn't really be a reset routine if I didn't wash my bed sheets, so I really want to do that. I also have a pretty cluttered desk at the moment, so I want to clean that up and I want to have a fresh space. And I also, like back there, I have a box that arrived from Amazon and I have not touched it. It's a bookcase that I ordered on Amazon and I have not built it yet. So for this reset, I also want to build that, get it out of the way, organize my books in there. I don't have that many books yet, if I'm being completely honest, but that's why I'm getting a bookcase, so I have more space for books. So that is one thing I want to do for my reset as well. And of course, digital reset also is part of all of this. Clear out your emails, go over your apps on your phone, clear the desktop space of your computer, just so that you have like a reset of everything in your life. Now with that reset done, I want to focus on my goals, and just the first thing that I usually do is literally write down all of the goals that come to mind that I would want to achieve. I of course also take the goals that I have for the last 6 months into account and think about if I want to keep going for the rest of the year, but also new ones, anything that comes to mind. And then I try to prioritize them. I put them in an order and think about which one is more important to me, and I end up choosing about 3 to 4 goals that I want to focus on for the next 6 months, because I feel like if I have too many goals, I just get overwhelmed and then I don't do any of them. So 3 to 4 goals for me is kind of the sweet spot, and that's what has worked for me. Now for every single one of the 3 to 4 goals, I then need a solid plan. So I would break it down into monthly, weekly and daily goals or habits that I can do. For the daily habits, I usually always have the same ones, but for the weekly and monthly goals, I kind of adjust them and only fix the first month, and then I kind of see what I achieved the month before and figure out what I want to achieve the next month. But the daily goals are more or less always the same. Then to keep track of that, I did actually make a little booklet on Canva for myself to write down my daily habits and kind of reflect if I achieved them. Then the same thing for weekly and monthly goals as well, so that I just have a little reflection every day, every week, every month. I've just recently started doing this, so it's not something that has been in my routine for a long time, but I have been liking it. I just do have to be a bit more consistent with it because I notice it helps, but I don't always do it. Then the next part of all of this is actually to create some kind of organization or planning system for yourself. I use a few things for that. The first thing I already mentioned is my Canva booklet. That is how I kind of keep track of my goals on a daily and weekly and monthly basis. Then for my habit tracker, I have one on my phone that is just called Habits, and yeah, you can create a little widget on your phone and see that every single day. So I think that has really helped me. Then to actually write down all of my goals, I do have my journal, but also I put them on Notion. I also have them in a digital format, so that's another thing I like to use for it, to be organized and have it all the time if I don't have my journal with me. And then last but not least, for planning and time management and knowing how much time I have for each goal, I use Google Calendar, which yeah, it really helps me to stay organized, and I kind of time block my days. That's something that I've been doing very consistently for a few years now, so yeah, it's really been working for me. So Google Calendar is basically amazing for time management and planning. But of course, you don't need all of this stuff. I know it might seem very overwhelming, but this is just what has worked for me. You can totally just do this with a journal and a planner or something like that. It totally works. Now another thing that I want to do, and I haven't actually done yet, is to plan routines or things for when things get a bit more tough, or if I have a low day or you feel tired or you don't feel that motivated. So a thing that I've been seeing on social media recently is having routines for when you feel low, when you feel great, and when you feel just amazing. So basically the routine that you would do normally when everything is going well, you would do the routine in the middle. So your basic routine, then you have one for when you're feeling a bit low, you're not feeling that great. You still have your most important habits and tasks that you want to achieve, but you might have a little bit less time and it's a bit less habits on that day. And then you have another one, which is the one where you feel amazing and you also might have a lot of time, so you add more habits and you create a whole like self-care routine day. But this basically ensures that even though you might feel low one day, you still work towards your goals and the things that you want, and you don't feel like you're failing because you have a plan for when things aren't going as well. But remember one thing, don't implement all of these things too fast, because this is a sure way to be overwhelmed, burnt out, and ultimately not do any of the goals. So if you need it, just implement one goal at a time, slow and steady, and try to do it that way, because if you've tried different ways, it hasn't worked, maybe this is the way to go. Maybe slow and steady is what helps you. So the final and most important step of it all is of course to implement it. And this is why I thought I would do a whole video about me implementing my new goals and taking you along with me for a day and just showing you how I do it. So if you would like to see that, stay tuned, the video is coming, and subscribe so you don't miss it. And also you might want to watch other videos on my channel in the meantime, because I'm sure you'll love them if you got to this part of the video. And yeah, I really hope that I see you in my next video. Bye!